Hey, what song are you listening to? Hey, what song are you listening to? What song are you listening to? Hey, we're listening to a song right now. What song are you listening to?
So, here we are. How do I even explain this? Okay. I just started posting on TikTok and it went viral. Let me explain. So I've always been posting on TikTok ever since it came out. I want to say like 2018, you know, with the old trends, the ZZ, the you name it, you know. I was always into TikTok ever since it first came out. But I never really posted seriously on there. It was more, you know, it was more of a joke. I did some research and I was like, hey, how do YouTubers, because I know YouTubers be on TikTok. So I was like, how do YouTubers market their own channel on TikTok? So I looked it up and I saw that they were actually reposting their videos. Like, they weren't posting anything new. This was like the same footage on the YouTube videos, just cut into like clips and reposted. So I did the same thing. You might have heard of the video concept, what song are you listening to? And that's exactly what I did. So I reposted on TikTok, and at first, within like a couple hours, I don't know, I think I got like 1,000 views. So I was like, all right. And then like a few days later, I opened up my phone and I saw it was like 100,000. I'm like, what's going on? So like the following couple days, I posted 3 more videos. Okay, this is the crazy part. Within one day, I hit 1 million views on like a 1-minute video.
What song are you listening to? What song are you listening to? 5. Add it to the playlist. What song are you listening to? Add it to the playlist. What song are you listening to?
90210, Travis Scott.
1-minute video, 1 million views, 1 day. It was insane. I felt so blessed that day. Like, this was a big moment.
Oh, hell no, it's not better.
Now, don't get me wrong, I'm not some famous TikToker or anything. Like, I don't see myself in that kind of light. You know, maybe at like 500,000 followers. But for now, I'm sticking with what I'm doing right now. Now, I wouldn't say I'm at the point where I can really give people advice for TikToks, but I do know someone who could help with that. I messaged a famous TikToker by the name of Sage Bender. You might have heard of him. He does jiu-jitsu content. I messaged him. I'm like, hey, you know, you mind if you help me out with an interview? I'm gonna go meet up with him right now before it's too late. I'm supposed to meet him in like an hour, and it takes an hour to get there, so let's go.
DPR, we gang gang. Okay, now. DPR, we gang gang. Drop that sound. DPR, we gang gang. 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 DPR, we gang gang.
First things we're gonna do without him. First things I'm doing is locking my knees, and we're gonna pretty much bow to my opponent. Okay.
All right, we're here with Sage Bender.
Glad to be here.
And I just had a few questions just about your TikTok growth, your journey.
Absolutely.
You know, ask you how and like why you started TikTok.
Okay. I started TikTok in December of 2019, and I didn't really know what I wanted to do with it. I downloaded the app a few months ago, and I was wondering what I could do with it. Decided to make a couple videos. They went moderately viral. Then I realized what I do is I'm a fighter. I've always fought my whole life, and that was a very fascinating career to many people. They wondered how to do it, how to get into self-defense, how to get into fighting. So I realized there's a big market for it. Started teaching self-defense tutorials, and it boosted my career. Within about 2 months, give or take, I made about 350,000 followers, which I thought was a big deal. there's a lot of guidelines to TikTok, and unfortunately with fighting it can be seen as violence a lot, so they took the account down. I was really depressed, but I was like, you know what, I'm going to start it again. This time within like 4.5 months I gained almost 1 million followers, which was a big deal, and from there it just boosted my profile throughout, made about close to 2.3 million followers, and right now I'm just kind of chilling, seeing where I want to go with the direction. But social media was a very interesting thing, but the thing is people have to find their like specialty in social media. And for me, that was fighting. I was very passionate about it, and people follow passion and interest. So as long as you can make your life interesting and show your passion in that same manner, social media is very simple.
And the reason why I want to like talk to you specifically about this was because I recently started posting on TikTok. This is about like 3 weeks ago. I actually gained like over 3 million views. I was just wondering also, what was the video for you that made you feel like, oh wow, like I could actually do something with this?
It was actually kind of funny because there's two sides to TikTok. There's the pretty privileged sides, and there's the actual talented side. So there's many people that have very talented areas like comedy, they have, you know, fighting, they have whatever they might be good at, singing, music, etc. And then there's the people that can sit there and look pretty and get famous for it. And unfortunately, the world will always preference pretty privilege over talented individuals. It sucks, but honestly, that's how it is. First video I ever made was a day in my life of me going surfing. I just moved to Florida. I lived right on the beach, so I did a little tutorial of me going surfing. It went really mini viral. It was like 3,000-4,000 views. But again, never did social media, never experienced something, because all I knew was Instagram, which was your engagement is based on how many followers you have. With TikTok, it's your engagement is based on how well you can pitch your idea to the world. So that was interesting to me. I was like, wow, that actually works. And then the next one I made was a video where I just opened up a gym in Florida, a like fighting gym, and I made a video where like I set up the camera and there's a song and there's a beat drop. So I stopped the music right before the beat drop, and I just learned how to do a backflip. And so I started it in like regular clothes. I was in like athletic clothes, and I came out the camera and I backflipped so that the music, the like dropping point, stopped right when I was mid backflip. And then I got into a full gi just like I'm wearing now, and then I started it and then started a backflip right before the timer went off, so that when I landed, it was like the backflip transitioned right into me wearing a gi.
Yeah.
And so that creative concept kind of blew up, and I think I got around 10,000-15,000 followers from that, a couple million views, and that was my first viral video. But more so than just being viral for like, oh, it's a cool transition, you know, it's a cool career. It was like, it was what it did, you know, pulling attention to my Instagram, pulling people to my gym, pulling people to my social media, and I was like, wow, what a potential. And then that just streamlined everything from there for us.
Thoughts you had that you just like wanted to say to anybody who was thinking about growing on social media?
Yeah. So social media is a very, very complex world, and you know, I've divulged in a couple different platforms and whatnot. TikTok is an interesting platform, I'll say it like that. They tend to punish bigger creators, and they tend to reward smaller creators, and then, but every other week the algorithm shifts so that nobody can ever really figure out how to use it. The 3 tips that I do know work for Instagram is find your talent, find what you want to be known for, and take the trends. The thing about TikTok is it's very similar to Musical.ly. There's trends where you see millions of people doing them. Something comes out, a song comes out, certain transition, you know, whatever. There are trends that come out every other day. You take that trend and you translate it into your talent. So for me, you know, there's a trend about like, oh, meet the boys, you know, and it would be a thing where they introduce their friend group, you know, and what they're crazy known for. So I introduce it to my gym and the guys I train with, you know, or it's, you know, show yourself 6 years ago and show yourself now, you know, as a trend. So I showed myself 6 years ago when I was competing looking like a complete beginner, and then 6 years later winning a world title and all that. So that's how I translated it. So if you can translate it and keep up with the trends, one, that's always going to keep you trending. Trending is what TikTok is about. So anything that's trending, they'll reward. You take that trend, you put it in your own style, you're going to get rewarded for that. Not only that is proper engagement. You have to be a genuine person. You have people that have millions of followers that they never engage with their followers. They never talk to them. They never, you know, they never want to, you know, answer comments, questions, stuff like that. Be a genuine person and your followers will be the most loyal people you have ever met. And then third is consistency. It takes a lot of time, but like realistically, if you want to grow, you have to put out 2 to 3 videos a day, which means you have to put about 6 hours into video creation a day, which seems crazy, 6 hours to make TikToks. And people are gonna make fun of you, it's a TikTok, you know? But at the same time, you're gonna have to think about that, and you're gonna have to make content. I don't care what it is, just get it out there and you will be rewarded for it. So yeah, that's about it.
And you mentioned earlier that your account got banned.
So that's something that TikTok does. There's community guidelines, and they're very particular about them. 90% of my friends that are creators have all been banned for things that they did not actually do. So for example, I made a video sitting on my porch with my dog. Nothing wrong with it. Had a hoodie on, nothing in view other than my dog, me, you know, my wall, and they said, oh, that's, you know, like minor safety and adult nudity. And so those are the things that TikTok can just flag, and a lot of times it's not even because you did it, it's because people don't like your content and they will report it for whatever they feel. And sometimes TikTok just doesn't even address the appeal, they just approve it, and then bam, you know, your videos are taken down. And you get so many videos taken down, you get your account banned. That's happened to me 3 times now. It's a very, very annoying process. You have to appeal it, you have to talk to TikTok, and basically you just have to call them out for being unprofessional, and you know, that's it's a chaotic world, but that's what social media is, you know. All my pictures look like they were taken by professional photographers, and they're not. I have a nice camera, and I have friends, and a creative eye coming from myself. So what I'll do is I'll have a camera, and I'll see a shot that I think would look good, and I say, hey, come here, man. And I'll get my friend, and I'll get him to like get in the position that exactly how I want it, and I show him how I take the picture. I make all the settings, and I say, hey, switch with me. And I'll get in front of the camera, and I'll have him take that picture. So just like I would be taking the picture, I teach him how to do it. Not to an extent, he doesn't have to be a professional photographer. He doesn't know how to like do the systems and the buttons, but as long as I can just portray it to them, then they know how to do it. And so that's how I've grown my Instagram. If you look at my Instagram, there's some really cool pictures, but they're all just friends that weren't even photographers that I taught how to do it. It took me like 30 seconds and said, hey, could you give me a shot like that? And I'd show them in it, and then they would usually be able to replicate it. Getting a nice camera is not necessary, but it helps. I invested in a camera very early on because I thought it was very important. I got a Sony a7 III, mirrorless Sony camera, and then I switched to Canon EOS R again, mirrorless lens, or mirrorless camera is an outstanding platform, but photography is a big thing for me. I just like creative eyes, and with Instagram's your portfolio, okay? TikTok, it's your video, that's how you get famous. You know, YouTube, that's for showing your life. Instagram is your portfolio. You wanna get brand deals, you wanna work with companies, you wanna work with famous individuals, you wanna, you know, have power with just showing a platform and being like, hey, this is me, this is Sage Bender, Instagram's how you do it. So you just post a couple of your friends drunk out at, you know, a bar, it's not gonna help you, you know. Take time to invest in your Instagram. I color code everything, so Instagram has rows of 3, so I color code everything in my 3s, greens, greens, greens. Okay, this picture has primarily orange from a sunset, this picture has orange from a stairwell, this picture has orange from my outfit, so I coordinate that 3 in a pair, and if you scroll through my Instagram, you'll see it's all color coded, black and white, black and white, black and white, you know, green, 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 and it gives it a very aesthetic look. And if you have an aesthetic Instagram, trust me, people will talk about it and people will notice, and it gives your own vibe a very professional vibe. You don't have to be famous or you don't have to be anything to do that. I started doing that when I had 2,000 followers, and now coming up on 150,000, same thing, same process, you know, it's all the same thing. Yeah. Sick.
All right.
Thank you so much,
Thank you, man.
It's so
Thank
good
you.
to meet
Thank you for helping me out.
Absolutely, dude.
힘이 되는 응원너가 고맙게 1분이 더 빨리 지금 너한테 너를 위한 음악 스튜디오 late night 오늘 밤에 don't not thinking to myself.
Okay, just got back from Daytona, and hopefully you're able to get something from that talk with Sage. You know, he mentioned a lot of good tips about TikTok and Instagram. Hopefully that'll give you the motivation to start your own TikTok channel, your own YouTube channel, whatever. And it really goes to show that you don't have to post anything that crazy to get noticed on the algorithm. You know, it's not like YouTube where you click on the video that you want to see. With TikTok, you know, you don't really get to choose, it just puts it out for you. So, you know, it's a new algorithm, take advantage. And with that, go out there, make some TikToks, and I'll see you in the next one.
DPR, we gang gang. Okay, now. DPR, we gang gang. Drop that sound.
Absolutely, dude.
I
If
know,
you have
just
any
like-
questions, if you
Siri, text my boyfriend. I love him so much.
Okay, texting your boyfriend. I hate you and I never want to see
No!
you again.
No, 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 no!
Really?